Welcome to Drinks in the Library, the only library where drinks aren't just allowed, they are required. I'm your librarian host, Gigi Howard, and each episode I'll be interviewing a guest about a much-loved book that we will be pairing with a drink for you to enjoy along with us or consider for your next book club meetup. As always, stay curious and support your local library. Hello, Libration Nation. This week we are talking about the book that has been Swiffering the United States and the world. That's right, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I am talking about this book with Hannah Hauck. Hannah is an educator turned stay-at-home mom and wife. She is a health and fitness enthusiast. She loves her CrossFit. She also enjoys spending time in her garden and with her chickens. And as you'll learn in this episode, she is also an enjoyer of a spicy romance novel, which obviously Fourth Wing has a lot of spicy elements in it. And on that note, I did want to mention this is probably our most PG-13 episode yet. Doesn't get too crazy, but I just wanted to mention that in case you are listening with littles in the room. And in addition to everything else, Hannah has also been my best friend since I was 18 years old. So we had a great time talking about this novel and all things Fourth Wing. Hannah also made a really fun cocktail called the Wingleader, and I'll put the ingredients in the show notes. It's a little bit of a taste on a margarita. I hope you enjoy this episode. Cheers.
We're so natural.
We are. We're so natural. Okay.
I'm ready.
All right.
You are.
I was born ready.
So ready.
All right. Today, I'm here with my best and oldest friend.
Yes.
H-Bomb, a.k.a. Hannah Hauck.
Hello. Gigi.
So, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's go. Well, we can't talk about the drink without talking about what book did you pick?
So I picked Fourth Wing. So good.
It was, you know this, the hottest book of 2023.
I believe it. It might be the hottest book of my lifetime.
In many ways. And it's by Rebecca Yarros.
Yes.
All right. So, and then you decided to go off the grid and you got your own cocktail for us today.
Yes.
Inspired by this book.
The cocktail is the Wingleader.
It's very good.
Okay, so ingredients. We've got tequila, agave, triple sec, lime juice, orange juice, and some Fever Tree club soda.
Well, it's very good. So let's take a sip. So it's sort of like a margarita.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So cheers.
Cheers. I think it's really good.
I like them. It tastes like kind of a little bit lighter. It's not super heavy.
Agreed. And it's got that nice orange color.
That it does match the cover of the book.
I think it does.
Yes. That's very exciting. All right. So getting into the story. Tell me who you were when you read this book.
So who was I? Who is anyone really?
Who can know themselves?
So I read this book because of book club. So
how long have you been in your book club?
It's been almost a year, and we have a name between the covers.
Oh my gosh.
So great, right?
Yes.
So Kristen chose this book, and
shout out to Kristen.
Yes, she really picked a good one. I did not think I was going to like it.
Why not?
I thought it was going to be not very interesting. I don't know. I just don't typically read fantasy.
Okay.
So I thought, oh, this is not going to be my style. You know, I love the chick lit, the rom-coms.
Yes.
Historical fiction. So this was just very different than what I normally read.
I would say you vacillate between like a Kristen Hannah and like an Emily Henry.
Oh my gosh, Gigi, you nailed it. That's so true.
Yes. Well, you turned me, I don't know if you even remember this, but like 15 years ago, you were like, you have got to read Kristen Hannah. And this is before I became a librarian. So, yeah, she's classic.
I found her, and then I read every single book she has ever written.
They're all bangers.
She's so good.
They are good. Yeah. So, but you weren't excited about reading this.
I was
Fourth
not.
Wing. Now, when did you read this? December?
So I read this in December. So
December 2023.
Yes, 2023. So, Eric and I and Charlotte recently.
These are your family members.
Yes, my husband and my daughter. We recently moved.
Yes.
And we had just gotten settled in. Everything was unpacked. I was feeling very good. The house was decorated for Christmas. I was reading my book. Charlotte was reading her book. It just felt magical.
Yeah.
Much like this book.
This book was like a runaway bestseller in the book world. It kind of came out of nowhere.
Yes.
Definitely took over my world.
Same.
In 2023.
I could not do anything over Christmas break. I just wanted to read this book the whole time.
Okay.
It was so
you
good.
and most of America.
Yes. Now, I will tell you that when I first picked it up, I promptly fell asleep on page 8.
It's a slow start.
I do not like the world building, I think.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, what are all these words, all these names? It was all very unique. And I was like, get to the point.
Yeah.
And then around chapter 7 or 8, she got to the point.
Oh, and
I was like, I'm hooked. I could not put it down.
Do you remember? Okay, I want to talk about chapter 7 and 8. But, all right, so lead us through the first part. And I am with you. I read this book because it was so popular. I like fantasy. I vacillate between what I read. There's been several series like this where people have like gone nuts for it, and I just never got it. And I kind of thought this was how it's going to be for me. And then I started, same as you, but I felt like it was a slow start for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. So can you lead us through, what's happening in the opening chapters? Who are these characters?
Sure. So our main character is Violet. So she always thought she was going to be a scribe, like her father.
Yes.
Turn of events. Her mother is the commander of the army.
She's like the war leader.
Yes.
Yes.
And then she forces Violet to go into the writer's quadrant. This is a shock because Violet is very fragile, delicate.
Yes.
Just not her vibe. So it kind of just follows her journey through the writer's quadrant.
Yeah, and she was forced into it. Everybody's worried.
Yes.
And she has an older sister.
Her sister, Mira. And her sister, Mira, is very concerned. Comes to her mother and is like, why are you doing this? You're going to get her killed.
Day 1, Mom.
Boom. Don't be doing this.
Yes. And then she's like an older brother type figure. It's very Gale from the Hunger Games. It's like, oh, I just want to take care of you because I care about you. But
Dane. Friend,
yes. Dane is that, but I'm saying he reminded me of Gale.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's sort of like, I just want to protect you, but maybe more.
Yes, is there going to be a romance? I definitely got that vibe too. And a lot of the girls in book club also kind of made that connection.
Yes. And I would also compare, we'll get into this a little bit more. It is sort of like, you read Hunger Games 10 years ago, and now you're in your mid-20s. Well, have we got the book for you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so true.
Yes. Okay, so she's not going to be a scribe. Now she's going to be a writer.
Yes.
Right? And so what is the test that they have to go through?
So she first has to cross parapet. So that is the first test. And many die.
People are dropping left and right.
Terrifying. And then she has Jack, I think, behind her. And he's, just trying to kill anyone because everybody's free game. You can kill anybody.
And I think the more, the less competition you have, the better it
better.
is for you. And Jack is her sort of nemesis
Yes.
throughout the story.
Exactly.
Even though they're in the same group. Mm-hmm. It's not cool.
No, he's really not. He's totally lame.
But
someone kill him.
Man, why weren't we there?
I don't know. We would have won.
Okay, so this is reminding me. Hannah, do you remember this? What was it like? What is the TV show that you tried to talk me into going on?
The Amazing Race.
Amazing Race.
We would have so won. Oh my gosh. Gigi. You and I going across the world.
Mm-hmm. It would have been a blast. And I mean, when you tried to talk me into this, we were like 2021.
Yes.
So, but yeah. So, I mean, it's too bad we didn't. But
We still can do it.
Oh, okay. Is this something you've thought about?
I mean, now that you're bringing it up, I think you kind of want to. That's what I'm hearing.
This is going to be like the theme of the next month. It's like, hey, signups are here.
Just signed us up. Let's do our video.
Be having my like one-on-one. They're like, why are you here? And I don't know.
I do not want to do this.
All right. Anyway, so we're going back to the beginning of the story. So
Yes.
Violet, she makes it through.
Yes, very suspenseful, but she does.
Yes. Even though Jack is coming after, and she has her best friend.
Yes, she makes a very great friend.
Isn't it something like she gives her the right socks or right
shoe.
shoes? Okay.
Because she notices that she does not have on the right shoes.
To cross the precipice.
Parapet. Yes. So she offers to switch with her. Like 1-1.
Right.
So she basically saved her life. And they became very quick friends after that.
I bet.
I'd be best friends with her too.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for saving my life. You're pretty cool. I'm going to keep you around.
Yeah. Going back to the Hunger Games theme. Who is the Peta Malark of this story?
Zayden.
Yes.
Yeah. The potential love interest.
Yes.
I don't want to give too much away.
We don't know. I mean, all right. So the thing with like the romance is like the second they walk up and they're so handsome, but they're also your enemy.
Yes. Something's going down.
So Zayden is also but he's like the leader of his group.
Yes, he is the Wingleader.
Ooh, which hence
That's why I named the drink.
Perfect.
Because he is my book boyfriend.
Do you remember what does he look like in your head?
Hot.
Okay.
Steamy. Dark hair.
Dark hair. Okay. Love
dark
that.
skin.
Love
tall.
that.
Gorgeous. Perfect.
Yes.
I mean.
Yeah, but broody.
Yes.
Yeah, he's always sort of not happy about something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like too cool. He has better things to do.
He's always
hot things.
Right. So, but he's also sort of worried about Violet. And then the rest of the story continues from there. I think we can say we know there's dragons involved.
Yes. And honestly, I thought the dragons were going to be a little, I don't know, corny. I just thought, like, how is this all going to work out? But they're pretty badass.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Why not?
Okay.
If I
PG-13.
If I get complaints, well. So, okay. Yes. The dragons are pretty cool, and so they kind of come in later. But then there's also other things that happen with the dragons that I feel like, I mean, we know that they're out there, but we can't say too much because I feel like it would be spoiling. But I will say to the listener, if you're feeling like it's a slow start, hold on until they get to the dragons.
Stick with it.
Yes.
It is so worth it.
Yes.
And I think something that I also really enjoyed about the book is that Violet is so clever. So kind of once she makes it through and there's some other challenges and things that she has to accomplish to kind of keep moving forward in the quadrant.
Yeah.
I think she does it in a very clever way. Really, really like her.
Right.
I think she's a total badass.
She is. Well, and also, I mean, I think that goes into, I know that going to the author Rebecca Yarros has a chronic illness.
Yes. I think it says it in the other book, actually, in the sleeve.
About what
the name of I think it goes into it in that one, I believe.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome?
Yes.
Okay, and forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right. So I know I've heard her talk about, like, I guess she's a few years older than we are, not like 2 maybe.
Okay.
And she had like a whole year where she thought she was dying. And then she had to come to terms with the fact that, like, oh, I have a chronic illness now. And, like, she can still live with it and everything. But so she wrote Violet as someone that also suffers with chronic illness. But she really has to use her wits.
Yes.
Like you're saying.
Yes.
To stay ahead.
And I think they never mention it in the book, but I think she is writing about what she has. I mean, because it affects the connective tissues. So your skin, joints, blood vessels. So I think it
sounds kind of similar to what Violet deals with.
Yeah. Exactly. And she's always wrapping her knee and her ankles, and things are popping out of place. And it's, she's just relentless. I mean, she never gives up. I just love that about her.
Yeah. What would you say is, like, the vibe of the story or the tone, in your opinion?
Man, I thought it was very suspenseful. What would you say? Would you agree?
I would definitely say it's kind of brooding. There's a lot of undertones of, them kind of talking in the background about things that other groups are doing. Yeah, I would definitely say there's always, like, undercurrents of, like, something's going on over
Manipulation. There are definitely some things, a lot going on, and a lot of different pieces of the puzzle that you don't really know until you get to the end, and then it's like mind blown.
Right. Yeah. And I think that Yarros and, I mean, her editor and Red Tower, they did a tremendous job. Like, do you know all this stuff about the publishing of the story?
No clue.
Okay. So Red Tower, this is a new publishing group, basically. Okay. And this is the very first book that they published.
What? Nailed it.
Yeah, but it was totally very well thought out. So Rebecca Yarros has actually been a romance writer for over a decade. Has her own following, clearly not like, I mean, she's not like Colleen Hoover right now or any, well, now she is. But, but anyway, so they had, like, I guess, a pitch. They asked for authors to pitch to them stories. And she said she went in there and this was like her 3rd pitch. And they were like, that's what we want. And then they basically sat with her, and she and the editor of Red Tower plotted out all 5 books.
Okay, I was wondering how this happened, because I'm like, where is this going? Has she already figured this out? Is she on the fly? Like, what's happening? Okay, good to know. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yes. Well, I think it's good for readers to know, because especially in fantasy, I mean, George R.R. Martin is like the poster boy for this now. Right. Of, like, having written this huge famous series and now isn't probably going to finish it, unfortunately. I mean, we've been waiting for Winds of Winter since, like, over a decade at this point.
Oh, my goodness.
And this is super disappointing.
Yeah.
But I think that the opposite of that is this story, which she's already got it all plotted out. Book 3 is coming out
in January
2025.
So pumped.
It's Onyx Storm.
Yes. Have you read Iron Flame? Last time we spoke, you had not.
I have not read it yet. I will say that my book responsibilities have grown, which is good.
Yeah.
Of what I'm expected to read.
Okay.
Mainly for this podcast.
I'm like, for work?
Well, you know what? I have written for Book List since 2018. I've written So I usually do 1 a month for them.
Okay.
I did 2 last month, then plus everything I read for the podcast.
You are very busy.
Well, I'm not complaining. I did ask for this, but no, I haven't gotten to Iron Flame yet.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
I've heard. Do you think it is as good as Fourth Wing?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. I think it's as good.
Okay.
I could not put it down. It was amazing.
Well, I'm definitely going to get to it soon. I mean, I did actually listen to Fourth Wing on our Audible credits.
Mm-hmm.
For the listener, as a librarian, I always try to get it through the library first, but that wait list right now is bonkers. And so, sometimes you just want to listen to stuff when you want to listen to it, and you don't want to wait. So,
oh, we have to talk about the smut.
Yes.
That was my favorite part.
Oh.
So my friend Courtney, who is also in my book club, so she knows that I love the smut.
Okay.
And she read it before me. And she marked when the good stuff started happening.
Oh, okay.
Because she was like, I don't know if Hannah's going to like this, but I'm going to tell her where you need to read to.
Okay, do you want to tell the listeners? Do you have that marked?
So I don't have the page number, but per Courtney, it is about 70% through the book. Because I think she listened to it. So, but I was like, I'm good. I really enjoy this. And then when I hit the smut, I was like, whoa. Like, I don't know what Rebecca and her bee thing are doing, but
yeah, she's
got it going on.
She has been with her partner, similar to you, since she was a teenager.
Stop.
Yes.
It's that high school romance.
Yes. I think they got together when they were 19, so maybe not high school. But
okay.
Yeah, you guys have stuff in common. How long have you and Eric been together?
Oh my gosh.
Well, when did you start dating?
When we were 15.
Yeah.
15, and then married at 21, coming up on 20 years of marriage in December.
Congratulations.
And I mean, Rebecca is just keeping things spicy.
She is. I will say, in the grand scheme of like romance stuff, this is actually sort of middle of the road.
So there are things spicier that I should be reading.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to need that list. I thought this was like extra spicy.
I have a few Instagram accounts I can recommend to you that I know that they read very spicy stuff. I tend to like, I'll take it as it comes, I guess. But yeah, so this is actually sort of middle of the road. I think it got criticism on both sides. Like some people were like, this is absolute just total garbage, like no, like, and then some people were like,
I'm gonna fight them.
Well, you're gonna have to fight both, and then other people were like, this was nothing.
Not enough. I thought it was just right.
There you go. This is something I want to point out is like part of me doing this podcast too is like did you know there is tenets of library theory, H-bomb?
I don't even know what those words mean.
Well, there was this guy. His name was Reagan Nathan. That is his real name. And there's 5 tenets of library theory. I'm not going to do all 5. But there is, for every book, its reader, and for every reader, his or her book.
Okay.
So coming back to what you're saying, like this is the perfect amount of spice level for you.
Yes.
You'll take more. You might even take less. But like for those that are like, criticizing it, there's somebody out there that loves it. And so I always like I don't hate doing book reviews, but I really don't like criticizing stuff because I feel like somebody out there loves this story. And I would rather talk to people about something that they love.
Right.
And hear why. And,
Right.
And so for all those people out there that are saying, Rebecca Yarros, get out of here, there is an H-bomb. And
meet me behind the trash cans. I will murder them.
I want to say, Hannah is 5'5".
I cannot murder anyone, no.
I don't know. I'm going to tell this story. Bill always tells this story about you. You go.
Did I try to pick him up?
No.
Okay.
No. Nothing. Sorry, I'm just laughing
like,
so hard.
Physically, not like
no,
that
you go.
kind of pick up. Okay.
Thick thighs save lives. And Bill was like,
I have the tiniest thighs ever.
I mean, you have not body shaming you at all. You have great thighs.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I would not say they are thick, though. I love thick thighs, though.
Yes. And that's, anyway. That's.
Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious.
So, yeah. But she will cut you.
I will. And I also like to pick people up. Just like physically pick them up. Just so they know how strong I am.
You are very strong.
I think I am.
You work out 4 days a week.
I do. Yes. I love the CrossFit.
Have you found a CrossFit here?
I have. So I found a really great gym. So the best thing about CrossFit is definitely the community. Like everyone just kind of like brings you in and just like wants you to do the best that you can. And it's a very supportive group.
Yeah.
And that's actually how I met all of my book club girls.
Yeah.
We're all from CrossFit. So
working out, reading books,
saving the world, kicking ass.
All day.
Oh my gosh. So funny. Oh, I do have a funny smut story for you.
I'm ready for it.
Okay. So Eric and I are just chatting. Eric's my husband. So we're chatting. He's like, we are very good friends with another couple, Carol and Michael. Carol,
friend of the show.
Carol has been listening.
Yeah.
So Eric was like, has Carol started reading the book? And I was like, no, she's finishing up another book and then she's going to start it. And he was like, well, I'm going to text Michael that Carol needs to start reading this because the smut is good. Which, translates to.
Yes.
But okay. So
spell it out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'll let y'all figure that out for yourselves.
Okay.
So he texts Michael. We go back to chatting. A couple minutes go by. He looks at his phone and he was like, oh shit, I texted the wrong Michael.
Oh no, who did you text?
I'm like, which Michael? Because I can think of like 5. No, it wasn't my brother, thank God. I'm like, which Michael? And he's like, Mike from work.
Oh no.
I am just crying. I am laughing so hard.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, oh. So we go back to chatting. He looks back at his phone. Mike texts back, what's the name of the book? So I'm pretty sure his lovely wife got an Amazon delivery over Christmas break as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
This book is just, bringing the romance in across the world.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. I mean, I had already listened to this podcast because it was super interesting. If you're into anything about publishing, the Book Riot podcast called First Edition, but they did a whole interview with the publishers of how this happened. They had 13 countries had asked for pre-orders of this book. So I was going to say it's not just America where the romance is going. It's
all across the world.
It's like Pitbull.
Stop, you beat me to it.
Mom and I are always down for some Mr. Worldwide.
Yes. Play it, bump it. Oh my gosh, amazing.
We crack ourselves
We really do.
Anyway, is there anything else maybe we haven't covered about the story? Anything you wanted to hit on? The second one's great. You're ready for the third one.
Absolutely.
I was kind of surprised because I thought, I was thinking about the publishing. So the first one came out in May 2023. The second one came out in November 2023.
So fast.
And so I was sort of thinking the next one's going to be coming out
summer.
Yeah, in summer. And it's going to be next January.
Yeah.
I think she's still publishing her contemporary romance books. So maybe.
Okay.
She also has 4 boys. You and I each decided to have one girl.
Just one. Born on the same day.
Yes. For the listeners, both of our daughters have not the exact same birthday. Yours is 3 years older than Anna.
Yes.
Charlotte's 3 years older. So, but they have the same birthday.
Yes.
But yeah, just one.
Do you remember that we had the same due date too?
Oh, that's right.
We were both the same due date, and we
came
2 days early. I can't even believe it. Oh my gosh. Oh, but there is one other thing that I wanted to talk about really quickly. Is that Amazon has picked it up for a series. I don't think that Zayden are they going to be able to find someone hot enough? Who are they going to find?
Probably not. Well, I don't know. I'm not good with like the super young actors anymore.
I don't know anyone.
Really,
I'm
after
so
Timothy,
old.
after Timothy Chalamet, after him,
I don't even know anyone who is any younger than us. But I think
you don't know anyone that's younger.
I mean,
I
maybe.
don't. If you're younger than 40,
if it doesn't even, they don't even matter. I'm just kidding. I do think the girl from. Have you seen the new Hunger Games movie? The main character, the female main character, I think would be
Violet.
Perfect for Violet.
Okay.
And
Rachel Zegler.
Yes. Does she not look like Violet to you?
She does.
Put a little silver up in her hair and bam, she's petite.
She was in Snow White. I think she would be great. How do we talk to the producers at Amazon?
I know. They really are probably going to be contacting us after they hear this.
Ladies, we heard you don't know anyone under the age of 40.
But can you come work for us? Yes.
No, really, no. I'm very excited for the show. I am kind of interested in see how they handle, because there's so many dragons.
That would be very interesting.
Yes. So I don't think it's too spoily, but like by the end of the book, like most of the main characters have at least one dragon.
Yes.
So that's expensive. I mean, as we know from Game of Thrones. Ugh.
So expensive.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to. I tried to look it up beforehand. They don't have really any info on it.
No, I mean they don't even have I don't think they have the cast together yet.
Amazon, call us.
Yes, we can get this thing off the ground and running.
No
literally.
problem. We just come at it with a lot of heart.
That's all you need.
A little know-how.
Bam.
Yeah. Next
problem
thing
solved.
Yeah. Us on the red carpet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
We already talked quite a bit about Rebecca. I'm excited for her. I mean, this is sort of
So excited.
I mean, stuff like this doesn't happen often. It's kind of insane that how much this book has popped off.
Oh, did you know? I think she has 6 children.
6?
6.
In the interview?
And fostered and adopted.
Oh, okay. In the interview that I listened to, she just said 4, but I don't know. Maybe maybe foster care. I know it's
maybe since then.
Yeah, you can't say a lot of stuff publicly. I know when
True.
fostering. So.
And I mean, I feel like she's doing so much good work because she also has her nonprofit, 1 October.
Oh, what's that for?
That is, she co-founded it with her husband, and I believe it's helping children in the foster system. So I feel like she has such a big heart.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like she might want to come on this show. Rebecca, if you're listening.
Yes, Rebecca. Come on. We'll have a 3-part interview.
Yes.
H-Bomb and I. But it won't be more of an interview. It will be more like a fun girls romp.
You have an open invitation, Rebecca.
You do. Absolutely. I think we're coming to our last question.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Who would you recommend this story to?
I think anyone that's an adult would enjoy this.
Yeah.
I feel like no young adults.
Okay. Well, young adults, like 18?
Oh, 18's good. Wait, what's considered young adult? Sorry, I was thinking like...
Well, I guess, I would say, the characters in the story are like...
20s.
So you're saying 18 and up?
Yeah, or maybe 16 and up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think anyone who enjoys just a great story, full of suspense, full of drama.
Yes. Do you know that it's created its own genre?
No.
The romantasy genre.
Romantasy?
Romantasy. This is your genre.
And fantasy. I think this might be.
Yes.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yes.
I love it.
In fairness, there's been other authors that have done like romantasy before, but this one was like so big. Now like publishers are going wild for it.
I love it. Yes. I think anyone would enjoy it.
Yeah. It has a lot of world building.
It does. That was kind of my issue in the beginning. But I think I got through it. Also, I did find that the map was super helpful.
The map. And where's the map located?
So the map is at the very beginning, like the front cover. So I didn't want to get bogged down too much in the names.
Yeah. You don't have time.
So I was just kind of like flipping back and forth. Like, oh, that's there. This is here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's keep it moving. Get me to the smut.
Get me to that 70% mark.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gigi, for having me. This was the thrill of a lifetime.
Oh, good. Nothing is going to quite compare afterwards.
I don't think so. I mean, what am I going to do now?
Well, you just join me.
Make another Wingleader.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to definitely go and have a Wingleader. Oh, and I am staying at your new house tonight. We're going to have our first sleepover in your new house. Woohoo. All right. I love you.
Love you.
Mwah.
Oh, my gosh.
Hello, it's Gigi again. I have a little extra content today. During our conversation about Fourth Wing, H-Bomb and I went on a tangent about the history of our nicknames, which we gave ourselves, and generally just cracking each other up, which I love this part and I wanted to keep it in, but then I realized it probably wasn't super relevant to someone who just wanted a little Fourth Wing content. So if you're interested, hang in here and just hear us once again, like I said, cracking each other up and talking about being young and silly. All right, so let's talk about other stuff. Going back to 20 years ago, talking about us. In college, did you and I actually form basically a squad of people?
Absolutely.
We did.
We were kind of like a gang.
And we called ourselves
the Bomb Squad.
And so your name is H-Bomb in the group. You were the original one that got the name. So that's why sometimes I'll refer to you as H-Bomb still.
Yes.
And then also I want to bring up the fact that, all right, so on this podcast, I call myself Gigi. That is my nickname. That's what my nieces and nephews call me. And that's also a nickname that you gave me at the same time.
Yes.
And I go by Margaret in my professional life, but this podcast is something that I'm doing for myself. I want some anonymity.
Absolutely.
And I decided, well, if I'm going to do this, how do I do it and also kind of protect myself a little bit? So I'm going by my nickname, Gigi. But anyways, so I wanted to tell the story of how you gave me the nickname Gigi.
Yes. So in college, one of our other friends kept trying to call you Margie.
Which, for the listener, I have hated my entire life. I have never liked being called Marge, Margie, Margie, any of the above.
No, unacceptable. So I thought Gigi was very cute. So I started calling you Gigi.
Yeah, and I loved it. And I loved the 1951 film Gigi. Which did win Best Picture that year, by the way.
Never seen it.
Well, me as a homeschool kid who was only allowed to watch things that by Rodgers and Hammerstein or that came out.
Captain Pat, keeping it clean.
Yeah. My mother's nickname. We have a lot of nicknames.
We do.
Yeah, my mom's nickname is Captain Pat. It's a whole nother story. But anyway, I was allowed to watch the movie Gigi, which I loved growing up. Very problematic now that I've rewatched it as an adult, but we don't have to go into all that. So I was Hannah, do you call me Gigi because I love the movie Gigi?
No, absolutely not. I never heard of it.
No normal person has, you weirdo. Oh, so that's where it came from.
Yes.
So thank you for my cute nickname.
You're so welcome, and I'm really glad that we cleared that up.
Yes.
The people want to know.
Yeah, they've probably been wondering, why is she doing this? Well, here you had to get to episode whatever this one is going to be. I'm not sure off the top of my head to find out. So anyway, thanks for listening all the way through. And, you know, there's a little Easter egg for you maybe. So thank you for spending some time with me and my guest for an episode of Drinks in the Library. For more information about the show, you can find us on Instagram at Drinks in the Library, on the World Wide Web, drinksinthelibrary.com, or shoot me an email at drinkspod@gmail.com. Until next time, cheers.